Hey, Frosty Frog the editor here. I just wanted to give you a quick warning before the video starts. I'm currently learning how to make and edit YouTube videos, and while I understand that it may not be your cup of tea, I'm grateful for you just stopping by. What you are about to watch is one of my experimental videos that is part of my learning journey, so any and all criticism is most welcome. Alright, I've taken enough of your time, let's start the video. Hoi hoi, Frosty here. Last night I didn't really get much sleep last night. Maybe like 1 or 2 hours at most? Or at least that's how much it felt like. But feeling like I got 1 to 2 hours of sleep. Like why am I up right now? Why am I creating content? It's because I was thinking about the whole Pokémon Sleep tracker. And I would love to use it, but I just can't. The reason why I'm awake right now instead of trying to get more sleep is because of some good, proper, actual sleep tracking. Before I begin, I just want to mention I am in no way sponsored by any of the companies mentioned. Anyways, years ago, I had a Pebble Time watch. Loved the thing. It was my favorite watch. My first watch, sure. Like the first watch that I actually used. It was a really nice smartwatch. Not only smartwatch. Not only could it tell time though, but it had a lot of cool features in my opinion that I think a watch needs to have. And also a particular one feature that I kind of fell in love with. For the Pebble Time, it had always-on color display. Now, I can compromise black and white, monotone color, sure. I can compromise there, but it had it was completely customizable display, full color. The display was always on, and it would still last about 1 to 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. It had this one, I think, is pretty critical for a watch. Physical buttons. They're not touch buttons, no touch screen, didn't have touch screen at all. I don't think smartwatches need a touch screen. I think that they need physical buttons. But by far, the most important feature, in my opinion, that the Pebble Time had, despite all these other features, the most important feature was that it was really, really good at tracking my sleep. Which, it's kind of sad, because this watch that I considered to be the perfect watch, lost all of its support and everything, and the app stopped working when Pebble was bought by Fitbit. And Fitbit didn't want any of the hardware, none of the hardware. They only wanted the software, which is really sad because I really, 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 really love my Fitbit. Or not Fitbit, my Pebble. Going for alternatives, since support was kind of going away for the Pebble, I kind of begrudgingly, I was looking around for watches. Fitbit offered to any Pebble customers a discount on some Fitbit watches, like the Fitbit Ionic, I think was one of them. It had a touchscreen. I could not accept. I needed one with physical buttons. If I'm having a smartwatch, it needs physical buttons. No touchscreen. No. Stop with the touchscreens. So, after a lot of research, I ended up picking up the Garmin Instinct Tactical. It's a tactical version of Instinct watch. It's really cool. It's basically the military version. It has like a night vision mode on it. Has an always on screen. Has a backlight on it. Physical buttons. Supposed to track your fitness and everything. Dude, one of the tracking settings is Jump Master. Like for sports activities, Jump Master. That's like parachuting if I remember correctly or something. It's got GPS tracking. Like this thing is jam-packed with features. But the sleep tracking is subpar. I didn't actually feel like it was accurate. So, knowing that, I had to begrudgingly pick up a Fitbit. And I got the Fitbit Inspire 2. I hate the touchscreen. I feel like I am... So it has... Like, you can wear it while you're in the shower and everything. It has waterproof mode that you can turn on, and you're supposed to double tap it to get it out, like unlock the screen and whatnot. Again, no real physical buttons, so you have to double tap the screen in order to unlock the Fitbit. How many times is double tap when I have to tap it hard, like 15 times before it finally unlocks? That is not double tapping. That is like 15 tapping. The touchscreen is garbage. I can never seem to unlock it. Even like when it's all dried off and everything, I can never, like, I feel like I have better chance of unlocking it when it's wet and I try to double tap it. But the sleep tracking is about on par with my old Pebble time watch. And this is really important because, again, last night I felt like I got at most 1 to 2 hours of sleep. I had a song playing in the background last night from SleepTube. I don't really remember a lapse of consciousness. Though I did have a cool dream near the end of my sleep. Nonetheless, throughout that dream, I heard SleepTube. That was a cool dream, but like SleepTube was, I could still hear it and understand. I was still conscious that SleepTube was playing in the background. It felt like it was a very restless night. Felt like I was conscious the entire night. Didn't get a wink of sleep. But the reason why I'm still up right now, not trying to go get some more sleep, is because of my Fitbit sleep tracking. Now, when I opened up the app on my phone to take a look at tonight's sleep, it didn't say that I got 1 or 2 hours of sleep. It said that I got a whole 5.5 hours of sleep. That is like... Last night felt restless. I did not feel like I slept most of the night. Like, boy, what is going on? Like, why is it? And I know this works. I know this works because in the past, specifically when I had like my Pebble time, this would happen all the time where I'd feel like I did not get a wink of sleep at all. I felt like I was super tired in the morning, needed to go back to sleep. But, however, the sleep app reported that I got just the right amount of sleep or something. And I did not feel tired throughout the day. I did not feel like I needed a nap. And as honestly, like, sleep tracking is amazing. Well, good sleep tracking is amazing. And as much as I like the idea of gamifying sleep with the Pokemon app, like, that's a really good idea. Don't get me wrong. Like, gamify sleep, especially for those with terrible sleep schedules. That idea, you know, could hopefully help them out a lot. But having... And I know they have a device for this instead, but having your phone on sitting next to you on your bed. Honestly, I don't think it would have registered the same amount of sleep as my Fitbit. It's an come on, it's an unfair comparison. The Pokemon app, runs on your phone, it sits next to you on your bed and requires the app to be running on your phone all night versus a device that sits on your wrist with a literal built-in heart rate monitor and is completely independent of your phone to track your sleep. Like, this is a dedicated sleep tracking device. Aside from the fact that it also tracks like fitness and whatnot. So even though it felt like I only got 1 to 2 hours at most of sleeping, I feel very confident in what my Fitbit is reporting about the 5.5 hours of sleep. And I feel confident enough that I can say that I can go throughout my day without feeling groggy and sleepy the entire time. Besides that, I don't think the Pokemon app would really work for me since I don't sleep on a traditional bed. I sleep in a futon, or I sleep on the floor. Both are very comfy options. Futon is very warm. Like, I don't need to turn on the heat in the winter kind of warm. It is incredibly warm, but it does not move like a bed. So how in the world would the Pokemon app be able to track my sleep when it doesn't use a dedicated device and it doesn't have a built-in heart rate monitor? Anyways, that's all I had to say. It's silly content. Okay, time to get ready for work. Bye-bye.